The recent attacks against Israel have been the deadliest they've faced since the Yom Kippur War 50 years ago. That being the case, I think now is the perfect time to discuss a sort of forgotten history surrounding that war. The 5-second summary is that in 1973, Egypt and Syria attacked Israel during the Jewish holiday Yom Kippur. But there is some important background here that is often left out. During the 1967 or Six-Day War, Israel captured quite a bit of territory such as the West Bank and Gaza Strip. Then, in 1970, this guy, Anwar Sadat, became the leader of Egypt. He had many problems, but we're not going to get into those here. Then, in 1971, Sadat made a sort of peace plan proposal to Israel. Keep in mind, this is 2 years prior to the Yom Kippur War. There were many nuances to this plan, but one important one is that it included Israel returning to pre-1967 lines. That meant returning territory captured during the Six-Day War, such as Gaza and the West Bank. Now, ultimately, Israel rejected this. Part of this had to do with their own issues with the proposal, but the position of the US was also very important to Israel. During this time, Henry Kissinger was basically the guy in charge of US foreign affairs, and during that same time, Nixon and Kissinger were very preoccupied with their invasion of Cambodia. So busy, in fact, it actually led to a breakdown in their ability to appropriately respond to the plan. Now, obviously, that isn't the only reason the plan was rejected, but it is a sort of terrible butterfly effect. As we know, the Yom Kippur War does end up happening 2 years later. Years later, we do get the Camp David Accords, which lead to a sort of lasting peace between Israel and Egypt. But as we can still see to this day, Camp David did not solve the conflict between Israel and the Palestinians. There are so many what ifs in history, but it is sad thinking about what could have been had the proposals in Sadat's 1971 plan at least been attempted.